Hey guys, it's Angel. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're flying into the heart of whiskey country, Tennessee. We're taking off from Lenoir City today, down here in, well, I think down. It's in the northeast, relatively, of the state. In fact, we're quite over in the east. We're in the Appalachian Valley, and we are taking up the Kitfox today for a little bit of a flight through some country I've never flown in before, down here in the heartland of America. We've got, gosh, the Smokies on the east, and to the west we've got huge amounts of national parks. I believe those are Cumberland Plateau, I think it is. Yeah. No, this airport is an add-on. I got it from flightsim.to. Yeah, this is Lenoir City. It's like £6, and it's a gorgeous little rural airfield. Absolutely love this one. Some nice entrable hangars. Including this one over here. Couple of houses nearby. This is rural America at its finest. Tiny little runway. We've got 1,300 feet of grass here. A double level barn over there, slash, hangar slash house. This is private airstrip life in beautiful countryside here. Now we're south of Knoxville right now. We're on the river and not too far away from the mountains on either side. That way you can just see the distance of the Smokies, and over there is the Cumberland Plateau. We're heading north today, so we're going to get back down here to our plane and take her for a spin. Although I want to have a quick look at this house first, because I'd love to live somewhere like this. Have a hangar at the bottom, or a hangar for my aircraft. And I'm pretty sure this is a house too. Probably is. Or it's at least an office or an FBO or a barn. But I want to pretend that's a house, because I'd love a house like that on my own airstrip. Right, let's get back in the plane, shall we? And we're going to have some fun today, because this is the updated Kitfox, including the new horn, which I'm going to abuse obnoxiously as much as possible. Let's get ourselves set up here. That pump's on. Looking good there. Mags are on. Lane A and Lane B are on. Everything's looking good here. Oh, my light is set. That is the important part here. Landing, no. I can never remember which one's which. Nav's on, we need that. Okay, those are all good. We are ready to rock and roll here, folks. Fuel is on. Let's actually pull my mixture back a second. Clear prop. There we go. Looking good. Switch my head on, most importantly. And we'll get ourselves out of here. This is one of the bush driver's liveries, and I love this one. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous livery for this plane. As soon as it actually wants to let me recognize that it's doing this, and we can look outside. It's like a cool geometric red camo. Right up my alley. Okay. And we have our obnoxious horn. Yes! I switched it out for cucaracha, which I much prefer over a car horn sound. It has the same effect, which is what we're looking for. Right, we've not got a lot of room here, so we're going to have to be very creative with this, and thankfully the Kitfox is, if anything, a creative plane. But the Stage 2 version today, we want a little bit of horsepower in this baby. She's quite powerful, which you'll see when we turn around. Powerful is what we need. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, that's our runway. Let's do this thing. Oh, and flaps down. Whee! Kitfox is an amazing aircraft in terms of its capabilities. I was unable to get weather data here. In fact, no airports in the nearby vicinity had weather data available. But to the north, we're looking at about 11 knots. So taking off to the south was the right call in this case. And look how quickly we got airborne there. This was turned around here. It's a little choppy over Tennessee today. We're using live weather. So we've got beautiful, clear February skies. A little bit of chop. It's quite cold, but it's not too bad. So we'll get ourselves spun around here. Kitfox is great for sightseeing. Got tons of visibility everywhere. Pull the speed back a little bit. Just until we get ourselves measured out here. So that's the Cumberland Plateau off to our left there. Out to the west. And over there now we're airborne. You get a much better view of the Smoky Mountains. Well, I say much better. You can just about see them on the skyline. In fact, we're towards the north of the Smokies. You can just see them dropping away to the north there. As we head up towards Knoxville. But the reason I'm flying in Tennessee is not only did I find this gorgeous little airport, which I absolutely love, but I have a good friend who lives in Tennessee. I'm not going to tell you where. I know where. But we might pass it at some point. But, no, he's a good friend of mine and he works EMS in this area. So I really want to see his patch. I want to see where he works. Rural EMS, which is probably one of the toughest medical jobs in the world. Because response times are long. Sometimes you're all you've got. That to volunteer firefighters and cops. It's limited work and it's necessary work out in the rural parts of America. The highway down below is there. And the big river. We'll be turning a little bit more north here along our track. It is quite windy today. Got my power down quite low here, looking at 26 inches, and we're still cruising along pretty nicely. So yeah, we took off from 80 Tango November, which is Lenore City, and we're heading up to 0 Tango November 6, which is Reiner Farms Airport, just in Norris, Tennessee. There we've got 1,500 feet of grass, which is plenty for this plane. But not a lot for other people, apparently. So yeah, we'll be passing up past Lone Mountain State Park over there, and up to the north, Frozen Head State Park. Some of the most visited state parks in the US. In fact, the Smokies is actually the most visited state park in the US. Mostly because it's so close to the East Coast, I suspect. But some fun facts about Tennessee, rather than actual facts, because, you know, I could give statistics all day long. That'd be boring. What we are going to give, in fact, is fun facts. Did you know Tennessee is the birthplace of Mountain Dew? Uh-huh. Yeah. The drink of gamers is and was invented here in the 40s by beverage bottlers Barney and Allie Hartman. Yep. They first marketed the drink in 3 cities, 2 of which were Knoxville and Johnson City. Then, of course, PepsiCo bought it out, and I'm being looked at from behind. Yes? Interruptions from the crew. Never let the passengers talk to you. But no, yeah, so before PepsiCo bought it in the 60s, it was originally from the 40s in Tennessee. So fun facts. We're generally following the river north here, so we'll just kind of follow the winding Tennessee River here. Did you also know it's tied as the most bordered state in the US? Yes, Tennessee is a slut. It's bordered by Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina, Arkansas, Missouri, Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama. Which is exactly the same number of states as Missouri, which obviously has a couple of different ones, but kind of wild to think about that, actually. That is a lot of states bordering you. Welcome to the box states of the Central America. It's also got the world's oldest radio show, Grand Ole Opry. Yep. Not just a country show, but it's actually a huge landmark, because it's the, based in Nashville at the moment, it's the longest running radio show in the world of any genre. Yep, hope you like country. Tennessee's also the birthplace of America's first female senator. She represented Arkansas. She actually served a whole term and was re-elected. That was Hattie Caraway, born in 1878. Yeah, all the way back then. Kind of crazy. Gotta say, the 1870s is a huge thing for me at the moment, or the late 1800s, early 1900s. I've been a huge fan of Yellowstone. And I would fly in Montana more if there was actually any scenery out there. There really isn't much in terms of flight sim, unfortunately. But, fantastic show, and it's put me on to 1883 and 1923, the spin-off shows. Couple that with Red Dead Redemption 2's mod Red M, which I am loving. Grand Theft Horse. Fantastic game. Deadwood, of course, on Paramount. I'm on a real Wild West kick at the moment. I guess it also helped reinforce the desire to come towards Tennessee. Some old country here. Some beautiful scenery actually looking down here. Look at all this. So we're somewhat right of our track, but that's not a big deal. Plateau over there. Up towards Virginia. That tips out into. Gorgeous part of the world here. Obviously, you know, we can't really talk about the 20s period without mentioning Prohibition, can we? Yeah. So, whiskey and moonshine, you think about Tennessee when you think about those two things. Well, before the Civil War, that was true. In 1908, they had hundreds of distilleries, and many of them were wiped out in 1910 when the state started enacting prohibition laws. Because alcohol is bad, apparently. Let's kill your state's GDP. Yeah. Let's kill your GDP by putting in prohibition laws. Oh boy, that was a bright idea, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everything looking good in the plane? Looking good. Yeah, no. Whilst a lot of them started coming back and were reopening from the 40s up towards the 90s, wasn't as really much growth in terms of... It still took until 2009 before enough laws were reformed that more could reopen. And hundreds is kind of now more like 30. Yeah. So there's the official Tennessee Whiskey Trail if you want to go enjoy that. I suspect I would probably be an alcoholic if I managed to survive that trail. Although I would like to hack the Appalachians one day. Although one of the biggest barriers to myself enjoying the wonderful nature of America is note ropes. Not a big fan. At all. I find it a major prohibition to my own sanity. What's that down there? Is that... Okay, yeah, no, I think that's... we're passing over Clinton, which puts us on Norris next. That should put us in the right spot. Look at all the ridges across the valley here. You can see the plate compression that's occurred over the millennia as, you know, the whole area has really been kind of squished by tectonic activity. And probably Ice Age activity as things retreated across the US. We are relatively north. Norris should be just across the river over there ahead of us. Told you we weren't too far today. We'll find our way down there in no time whatsoever. Rather enjoying the detour here. Not a super long journey, but it's definitely a nice one. Over to the right of us, we should also be coming across... I believe that's gonna be, if I got my facts right. I don't. No, I've forgotten exactly where that place is. Never mind then. There was a town off to the right left I was going to mention, but I forgot what it's called. So we'll just go with that. River's narrowing down here. Gorgeous views. I must say this part of America is rather beautiful. Some really beautiful places to fly. It's just such a world of difference in terms of scenery. You've got this huge broad valley with small mountain ridge lines all the way through it, or hills I suppose you'd call them in this part of the world, and then the massive mountains either side. Really is a three-dimensional country compared to some. I know a couple of you have commented on my accent, by the way. I am British, yes. However, whilst I am British, I work with Americans every day. This is why I say certain words in certain ways that probably irritates you. I speak the native language, as it were. You work with a certain people from a certain country and you're going to pick up bits of their inflections and accent, especially when they speak your language, English. which means that as much as I can't help it, I speak kind of a hybrid English-American, which is weird. I do sometimes unironically say gas station or trash or trunk. Can't help it. Entirely impossible for me. Right, so the airport should be around here somewhere. We're going to have to try and find it. I think it might be there. Right here. Where my mouse is. But I'm pretty sure that is our airport. So we're going to descend now. So I can approach over the freeway. So we're looking for, we've got 27 and we've got 09. We'll be landing 27 today. So we're going to come in, we'll take a look at the runway, see what we've got to do with this, and we'll make our approach and work it out. God, this is stunning land. It really is. The dam over there, which the sim has decided to render as souffle. In its beautiful own way, it does things with land generation. Can you just imagine living in one of these houses out here in the woods? I mean, these are pretty nicely built up communities, just nestled in nature. There's something, I don't know, something about Tennessee reminds me a little about Yorkshire. At least the Yorkshire where I live in the south of the county. Lots and lots of trees. Everything seems to be just built in around the trees. Alright, we need to find the highway, which I now can't see, which will tell us where the airport is. So as we get a little bit lower here, I'm starting to lose every reference as to where it is. And oh boy, is it a little choppy today. We're getting some bumpy air. I think that might be it ahead of us, but I'm not positive. I know it's across the highway. Where's the highway? Is that it below us directly? Yes, that's the highway below us. Just behind this ridge. There it is. Which makes that the airport. Okay, we'll circle around. We'll come left downwind for our runway to land, and we'll make our approach. So we'll cross midfield here. That is us. This, unfortunately, I do not have add-on scenery for. There wasn't a ton of options, but this will do. Yeah, that's going to be our field. Looks workable. Make our approach across the highway. We've got the ridgeline just in front of the highway. That's going to make things a little bit more interesting. Let's work out how we're going to do this. 1,500 feet is absolutely bags for the Kitfox. In fact, we've not been obnoxious enough this flight. I love this. I love this. Oh boy. I think this horn might anger some people though in Tennessee, so we need to be a little bit more careful. I should blare it on approach. Alright, powering back here. Let's drop a notch of flaps as the stabilizers. There's the highway. I don't see the field. This is problematic. I know it's there, but I don't see it. Oh no. Is that it? That's it, ahead of me. Okay, we got it. I'm a little off kilter here because this terrain is throwing my head off in terms of referencing things, because the land rises and falls so rapidly everywhere. It's almost as if they built an choppy ocean surface over with trees over it. It's like waves. And even this is curved. Okay, that was a surprise I didn't see from the air. Got a little bit of crosswind here. Whoa, hello. Hi. Hi, buddy. Calm. Calm. Tranquilo. Nah. Okay, it wants to try and kill me. That's the thing. Oh, this is quite choppy. Hi. Yeah, that's pretty severe. Okay, let's keep our ailerons rolled here to deal with the crosswind. Now we're on rollout. Tail dragger is not parked until you are in the bar, and it's in the hangar. So never underestimate them. As we turn around, we'll have to roll our controls to the other side to prevent it from wanting to tip over, and we are taxiing quite quickly here, so we'll slow that down. Pull those flaps and reduce our lift, and we'll find somewhere to park. Behind this one should do us nicely. Hi guys, we're here! I love the horn, and the fact Flight Sim has a horn feature supported natively is fantastic. Now I can be the most obnoxious pilot in the world. Even if this airport does want to try and murder me. There you go. Okay. So this place is nothing nothing sexy, but we'll take a look at it anyway. Kill the power here. And my controller's decided right now it wants to disconnect from my computer, so unfortunately we are limited to my keyboard. So yeah, turns out there was definitely some gusting coming over the approach there, because as much as from above this looked like it was at the same level as the highway, it's almost at the same level as the ridge we come over to get to the highway. So it's almost on a plateau. And we got a little bit of turbulence on the approach there. Thankfully the trees and bushes are relatively low here. But the other factor is it's also curved, which surprisingly it didn't look like it was from above. It looked fairly straight, but that's Tennessee straight right there. It kind of is, kind of isn't. Beautiful location, I gotta say. It's almost like it's on its own little plateau. You've got this portion of ridge here to the east. You've got the drop down for the highway there, which cuts through. And you've got the valley here to the east of our location. Actually, that's technically north and south here, because that is west. This end is east. 27 and 09. But hopefully you enjoyed this little trip today. A little bit of fun facts about Tennessee. Some obnoxious aeroplane flying with little choppy conditions, and the horn that I am now oh so attached to. You know what? I think I need, if we weren't in this state, I definitely need a General Lee paint scheme. Someone needs to make a General Lee for this, and a General Lee horn mod. Because if you make a General Lee livery and a General Lee horn, I will fly nothing else. Give me the General, and I will deliver your moonshine. And it will be glorious. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.